Welcome back to today's Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really incredible 25-year retrospective from a true Philippine sustainability pioneer. If you've ever wondered how long-term dedication actually moves the needle in the real world, the journey we're exploring today is, well, it's pretty fascinating. We're going to trace this massive path from a passionate start in a local classroom all the way to some major boardroom breakthroughs. Okay, let's dive right into this. People ask this pioneer all the time, why are you still doing this after 25 years? I mean, just think about that for a second. A quarter of a century in one of the absolute toughest, most uphill battlefields imaginable, environmental advocacy. It's a totally fair question, and it's actually the anchor for our whole explainer today. Why stay in the fight when the finish line just keeps moving? Well, the answer is pretty profound, and we're going to build it out, piece by piece. Section 1. A 25-year mission. So the story kicks off back in 1998. Our pioneer walks into De La Salle University Dasmariñas as a fresh-faced, young biology teacher, just completely fueled by a passion for the environment and this unshakable belief that education could actually change things. And as we look at how things evolved over time, you really see the progression. In the early years, it was all about the hard sciences, teaching toxicology and environmental science. Then in the later years, that curriculum naturally morphed into teaching sustainable leadership. Fast forward to year 25, the present day, and they are still anchored by that exact same foundational belief. Education changes everything. It's a remarkably consistent journey. Now, what's really interesting here is weighing those 1998 hopes against our present realities. Back in 98, the situation on the ground was already pretty tough. We're talking visible resource depletion, glaring regulatory gaps, and honestly, a whole lot of corporate indifference. You kind of hope that after 25 years of global awareness campaigns, things today would look a whole lot better, right? But those exact same issues, they aren't just still happening, they're happening faster, at a much greater scale, and with incredibly higher stakes. Which brings us to Section 2, the growing environmental crisis. Look, the realities here are stark, and we really have to face them head-on. First up, Laguna de Bay is actually more polluted today than it was 25 years ago when this journey started. Second, CALABARZON's industrial footprint hasn't just grown, it has exploded enormously. And wrapping around all of this is the heavy reality that climate change has officially crossed over from being a future threat to a very real, very present reality. Honestly, it's so easy to look at these massive macro-level failures and just sink right into climate despair. It's totally daunting. But remember that opening question? This is exactly where our story pivots. Section 3. The power of perspective. So let's loop back to that central question. If the crisis is demonstrably worse, if the stakes are higher, and the pollution is undeniably greater, why keep going? Why on earth stay when the data looks so incredibly grim? It's kind of the ultimate paradox of being an environmental advocate. But the answer to that paradox? It's actually incredibly inspiring. The secret lies entirely in the micro-victories. The pioneer keeps pushing because of what actually happens down on the ground level. Think about sitting in a room with operations managers who literally go back to their factories and completely change how they handle wastewater. That is real, immediate action. Or watching former students from those early teaching days grow up to become lead sustainability officers in companies all across the Philippines. That's the seed of education blooming into actual corporate leadership. And then there's the community level, seeing everyday people organize to demand their right to clean water and clean air, and actually winning those fights. These specific, grounded human victories, they are exactly how micro-level changes completely dismantle that macro-level despair. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate payoff. I never thought about it that way before. That is a direct quote from a CEO walking out of one of our pioneers' workshops. Every once in a while, that light bulb goes off, and a leader's mindset fundamentally shifts. And the source material makes it super clear. That single moment of shifted perspective, that alone is worth 25 more years of effort. Which brings us to this incredibly powerful realization. This is not just my career. This is my mission. After a quarter century, it completely transcends a simple job description. It's a lifelong calling, one that's completely fueled by those vital moments of human connection and perspective shifts. It's definitive, it's passionate, and it is a massive testament to unwavering dedication. And honestly, the best part of all this, our pioneer explicitly states they are just getting started. If you want to see this mission in action and keep the momentum going, you absolutely have to follow Sustain PH Studio. They're dropping daily sustainability tips specifically crafted for Philippine businesses. It's an absolutely fantastic resource if you're looking to take these massive concepts and apply them directly to your day-to-day operations. As we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought to really chew on. What will be your moment of shifted perspective? Whether you're a student, an operations manager, or a CEO, we all have the capacity to look at our impact just a little bit differently. So take a page out of this 25-year mission, find your own micro victories, and bring that sustainability mindset right into your own work. Thanks so much for exploring this with me today, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.